Hello, and welcome to the Center of Mental Health Advocacy, Research and Treatment Services, CMHARTS. We appreciate you for choosing us to support you in your mental health journey. So, in this video, we'll be discussing dementia. Yes, so dementia is a broad term used to describe a group of progressive neurodegenerative conditions which cause cognitive decline and they interfere in our daily functioning. It is not a single disease, but rather an umbrella term covering various subtypes, including Alzheimer's disease, vascular dementia, dementia with Lewy bodies, and frontotemporal dementia. Okay, so now let's look at the causes for dementia. Number one is genetics. So, genetics can play a role in the development of dementia, particularly if there's a strong family history. People who have a first degree relative with dementia are generally at a higher risk. So, there are certain genes which have been linked to increased chances of developing Alzheimer's disease, which is the most common form of dementia. However, having a genetic risk does not necessarily mean that someone will definitely develop the illness. It just means that some people are more vulnerable when you combine them with factors such as lifestyle and environment. Next, we have our prenatal environment and life experiences. So, brain development can be affected by experiences even before birth. So, if a fetus is exposed to harmful substances like alcohol, drugs, or high levels of maternal stress during pregnancy, it can lead to long term changes in the brain structure and function. Similarly, certain life experiences, such as childhood trauma or prolonged stress, neglect, or major emotional losses, can impact our brain health. So, these experiences affect how our brain responds to stress and regulates emotions, increasing the risk of mental health conditions, and then which over time leads to cognitive decline. So, chronic exposure to stress hormones like cortisol have also been linked to damage in areas of the brain related to memory, such as the hippocampus. So, also the next cause can be brain chemistry. So, dementia involves disruptions in the brain and the balance of the key brain chemicals or neurotransmitters. So, one of the most important neurotransmitter is acetylcholine, which supports memory and learning and is often found to be low in people with Alzheimer's. Other neurotransmitters such as dopamine, serotonin, and norepinephrine with glutamate also play a role in motivation and cognition. Imbalances in these chemicals can lead to difficulties in thinking, memory, and behavior. As dementia progresses, the loss of nerve cells and connections in the brain worsens, and these imbalances further affect mental functioning. So, now let's look at how dementia actually affects our brain. So, neurodegeneration refers to the loss of nerve cells in the brain, which naturally occurs with aging. However, in dementia, these abnormal changes accelerate the process, leading to significant impairment in memory, problem solving, language, attention, and spatial awareness. Dementia is actually not a normal part of aging, but rather the result of diseases that damage the brain, with Alzheimer's being the most common cause. So, since nerve cells cannot be replaced once they actually die, the brain gradually shrinks, leading to the worsening of symptoms over time. So, dementia, as we said, is a progressive disorder, which basically says that symptoms worsen more as brain cells are lost. So, they worsen over time. The earliest stage is called the pre-dementia stage, which can begin as early as 10 years before noticeable symptoms appear. Once cognitive symptoms begin to interfere with everyday life, dementia is diagnosed. So, this is stage 2, which is the early stage. So, in this early stage, individuals may forget to take medications, they may misplace objects, or struggle with tasks such as managing finances or household chores. Planning and organizing will also become increasingly difficult. As dementia advances to stage 3, which is the middle stage, learning new information becomes challenging, especially in conditions such as Alzheimer's disease. Individuals may require assistance with personal care, hygiene, and even behavioral changes can take place, such as restlessness, aggression, repetitive actions, which also may emerge. Disorientation becomes more pronounced, and some may lose insight into their condition. Now we come to stage 4, which is the late stage. So, in the later stages, individuals may experience something known as time shifting, where they believe that they're in a different time period and ask for people who are probably no longer alive. So, speech abilities may decline, reducing communications might also happen, which can limit to just a few words. Depression, anxiety, and hallucinations become more frequent, making it difficult for them to express their needs. Physical difficulties also arise in the late stages, including trouble walking and swallowing, which can lead to malnutrition. Dementia progresses at different rates, and it's mainly dependent on the type of dementia. So, while there is currently no cure for dementia, understanding the condition can help families provide better care and support for their patients. Each person's experience with dementia is unique, depending on which area of the brain is most affected. But with the right support, quality of life can be maintained for as long as possible. Medication can help with managing in the slowing down of memory related issues and help with angry outbursts, sleep problems, and other behavioral issues. Apart from medication, cognitive management and other techniques such as stimulation, rearranging new things, some lifestyle changes can improve the quality life of the patient. So, in these parts, the family members' support really helps in improving the overall quality of life. And as we always say, if you or someone you know is struggling, remember you're not alone and help is available. Thank you for watching this video and take care of your mental health.